well, Tiger.
That's the thing, like, it looks really difficult to pick Mika's hero because he can't just think about the lane, but he has to also think about... That's the thing, like, it looks really difficult to pick Mika's hero because he can't just think about the lane, but he has to also think about... That's the thing, like, it looks really difficult to pick Mika's hero because he can't just think about the lane, but he has to also think about... That's the thing, like, it looks really...
People are like, oh, just pick a Wraith King. He can't Corona you twice, but Wraith King just sucks. So you gotta go something else that's able to nullify the big strength points. What do you think in QI? I could see your brain was turning a little bit there with that Morphling.
Yeah, like, I don't really like Morphling pick with the X. Morphling X just seems like you have to utilize Morphling to actually be involved in the team fight and fight with him to burst him down. But yeah, I think Nigma can just like stay chill. If it goes 30 minutes, 35 minutes, I just think there are any options.
Yeah, and we were right in the fact that it would be the Weehai hero coming out now at this stage. Mind Control is very comfortable with having that last pick, even though you have the potential to be countered. We were thinking it might have been the Invoker, but Zeus just as viable, right? You've got this Faceless Void who wants to be in on the front lines. You've got the Clockwork who's going to be doing the same sort of thing. And if you're able to get these smoke ganks up, we've seen so many times where you just use your Thunder God's Wrath for the scouting, and then it's up to GH. Like, who do you want to initiate in on? You've got free choice.
A little surprised how they didn't pick offlane here, though.
Really?
They almost always leave.
Yeah, they do it, but like I just don't like it because they already see this Morphling like Oracle, and like they can easily pick a Clockwork +1 hero to actually punish this lane. But now it's all gonna get banned. Like 2 heroes that they feel annoyed about is going to. And with Weehai's hero, I'm sure he has like a other mid lane hero that he can just solve out like this problem. Even that by seeing that tiny like roam from 6 minutes 7 minutes, he can probably bring up this like Shadow Fiend, like first item Boots of Travel and Shadow Blade, the old build.
I want to see Liquid pick Doom. I think you're going to have a rough time in the laning stage, but it gives you some potential to, again, be on those front lines, good against the Zeus, good against the Void, and it's going to enable the Axe and Morphling to have more of a presence.
Doom is always a problem solver, I think. Like,
and it's a quick for hero, and like Nigma have banned out a ton of his heroes, right? Lycan's gone, TA's gone, Broodmother's gone, Storm's gone, Lone Druid's gone.
Are you worried about Nigma picking the Doom here though? Because they've got the first pick, it's still unbanned. It's not been pretty good for Mind Control.
I like it. Like, why not? Like, you're versing against Morphling, it doesn't seem like that strong in the lane. You have Clockwork next to Like you probably can absorb damage together with like a lot of HP and armors.
Yeah, and it would take a little bit of pressure off of the axe to just go a straight Blink Dagger as well. You want to be able to build up to be a tiny bit more tanky before then. Maybe even going a pipe or something along those lines, considering you're up against a Zeus and a Snapfire. So I think it would be fine. Pick up as well for Liquid.
What else are we
I'm
thinking?
surprised like
Enigma?
Doom is actually not contested until this phase.
Well, I'm surprised the
looks
Rubik
good,
hasn't
like-
been touched either.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me. Is in those games where Team Liquid look hot is when Insania is playing Rubik. So maybe trying to move themselves away, trying to not rely on it as much. You know, like trying to not create it as this crux hero that they just sit back on and teams can counter around. You know, what's Nigma gonna pick up here?
Lina club. Lina position 3 or
MC Snapfire.
MC Zeus. It's still open. I mean, that's the good part of it, right? Like,
I'll
sure,
prefer the
Liquid are gonna be
Snapfire.
thinking about. Yeah, I would too, but
10.
It's a lot of burst potential in that lane. If they get a cookie stun onto Mickey before he gets a shift off, he dies every single time.
I suppose you could put the faith in GH, right? I was like, okay, they're going to need something that's going to help a little bit more with the initiation front. You don't want to put it all onto this clockwork, but I guess it's okay considering you've got the Zeus ultimate to give the vid, so it's going to be a little bit easier. And I mean, it could even be a clockwork. No, it could be a clockwork 5. And a visage coming out.
Okay. I would say new hero vlog, but unfortunately, Mud Villains picked that up very, very early on. So we're gonna have a Quifa mid visage.
and now I think like the original plan
What's Mind
from-
Control playing then?
Clock, maybe?
I think GH has to play Clockwork, and like it was either Mind Control thinking about playing Lina.
Yeah, mind control Lina.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know. Like with the Visage, I just feel like they had to change the role, like putting Lina mid against Visage instead of Zeus.
Well, don't they both still struggle against that mid visage? Sure.
Lina's okay. Lina has like a good attack, like harass, good push.
They might just change things up, right? Like, as soon as Koikva hits level 6, Zeus basically just needs to get out of lane. So maybe they're going to rotate Mind Control into the mid lane because it is a little bit safer to farm with that Lina. Just keep the wave pushed out and reduce some of that tower taking threat.
All right, lads. What are we thinking for predictions here? It's game number 1 between Nigma and Team Liquid. The GG bet odds are favoring Nigma as well here, just so you guys are aware.
Even with this Luna pick, I'm still going to go with Nigma. I've got a lot of faith in Miracle's Faceless Void, and I feel like Liquid might be trying to be a little cute and a little bit too passive. The Visage kind of solves that with being a bit more aggressive, but I think Nigma's still going to get it across the line.
What about you, QO? Before we head it over.
Yeah, I think I have to go with Liquid. Like, I think if they get all this advantage in 5 minutes, probably just run them over. This axis is full.
All right, I'm sure you guys are super excited to see Nigma versus Team Liquid, and I'm sure you guys are super excited to hear the boys one more time. It's going to be OD Pixel and Fogged.
Prepare for battle.
With a void opening and a lineup that has a lot of things to throw into that chronosphere. Liquid, on the other hand, they still.
Seconds to battle.
I saw that. That was already made.
This is the very definition of first blood.
That's all it takes to kill you? This can't be good.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Fight. Let's do da!
Well, then even pick up his items here. Gonna be able to pick and choose which
go for it. If he wants to just finish the full stick, I think he almost has the gold for it. Okay, he just gets the full rate then. That's going to be real nice to start with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's this bottom lane now. I mean, already, I mean, how much of a difficult lane is this for the Void? Would you say trying to lane against this Axe and Phoenix? Because it does seem like a strong duo that Liquid do have down there.
Yeah, it does. It gets pretty strong. Battle Hunger plus Fire Spirits. You can't last and remove the Battle Hunger a lot of the time, so it definitely can be pretty threatening. But the Wraith Man's gonna start him off, kick him off to a good start here.
Right, and then on the other side of the map up top, Mickey, it's going to be backed up by Insania's Oracle. Lane against this sort of clock Lena lane. I mean, is this a lane where Mickey's going to struggle?
He's really going to struggle. I don't really see how he walks up too well versus this. This is an extremely strong lane that Nigma did go and put themselves in. I love this actual setup here. I think it completely shuts down the Oracle and the Morphling, actually. He has to pretty much just farm under his tower when it does push in. So it's all going to be about those lane pulls on Insania. This is a very good Clockwork game when I'm looking at the entirety of it. There's only really like two heroes, like actually really the one hero that he doesn't like to go on too much. Or if the Visage is probably that hardest one. Morphling he can go on, it's a little hard to actually just keep him in, but looks like a very good game for GH. He's able to get the ball rolling as this clock.
And then the mid lane matchup, we are on his Zeus, having to deal with this. Actually, I get in underneath the tower here. Tiger. Just turning.
They got their level 2 first. They tried to instantly go on Taiga. Didn't get the Bash RNG though.
With these creeps underneath the tower, Liquid will have the level 2s ready for the next time Nigma do try and make that move.
Alright, maybe he has to be a little careful of his positioning.
Boxy's going to try and run him down a little bit. It's turning his attention over towards Miracle, just trying to keep them off the creep wave. A few bashes coming in. Miracle still has the salve, good to go. And he feels necessary to pop it, and will do so. Iron Man just continuing to take these constant battle hungers being thrown out by Boxy. Looking for the pullover, but Tiger able to interrupt it in time, make sure that the lane's still held in a good place for Boxy.
They're slowing Miracle down quite a bit. He's actually gone through all of his regen. Arman, he had 5 tangos, all gone too. So yeah, this bottom pressure lane is also slowing down the Farmer's Miracle. Same thing as top. So some similar situations happening on both sides. And we're seeing mid. It's kind of just, for the most part, a trade farm lane until that level 6 hits, and then Koifa just takes over.
Sure, well, at that point, is it just a case of we are... Like what do you do as a Zeus once the familiars are out?
Call for help.
Yeah.
Get a +1 or make a move to a different lane. Arman actually gets the neutral deny at bottom. They try to commit for him very far. And that's going to give Miracle some free lastings under tower. Arman pulling them.
Yeah, Miracle has had about 3 range creeps as well. Prepped for him down there, so the easy last hits and the solo XP. The second wave coming in. Gonna be very happy with that. I was seeing on the top CS 17 for 7 on mind control against
10 and 1 on Mickey.
Yeah, I mean, when does this sort of become any better for Mickey, or just the lane just it doesn't until he's got the items to go jungle?
It's mostly like around like a level 5 even for this lane. It's a little harder. Usually it's a level 3 where you start getting that secured farm, but with a Clockwork and a Selena, this is some of the most threatening 2 heroes that you can have as a Morphling, with like the backup of an Oracle. Oracle gets caught outside, just dead. And we're seeing rotations around 4-minute rune. GH got boots, he's speedy, and Koifa's only 2. That's getting
try and run down Koifa, and Koifa is into the trees. GH is in range for more battery assault procs. He's not. Koifa's able to get away.
Invisibility.
He will live, but GH just trying to keep him forced back there. Koifa's getting very close to the level 6. Bottom lane, Miracle and Iron Man. They'll turn on to Tiger. And with a good cookie play in the blast, they've got that burst down set up for Miracle to get in and get a few bashes off early. And also, well, of course, with the early 1 point in time dilation to help for these sort of kills.
Been seeing him do this a lot. I actually am always a big fan of seeing the 1 point in time dilation in lane phase. It also even stops counter helix. People didn't know that one if you get it in time.
Boxy, Tiger, that's him. Tiger, he's stuck. I mean, he dove in an attempt to draw them away from Boxy, but And he also dove in to die.
Oof, and that's back-to-back deaths for your 4 position. No TP to get back out to lanes. He's going to be slowed down a lot. And GH is already getting a hell of a start here on this clockwork. As we said, this is going to be like such a good game for a clock to go around and make all these plays. Already off to this start. Turning into Liquid.
Are giving Liquid some more room for Mickey. He's with GH making the rounds around the map. Able to start catching up a little bit.
Just a little bit. They still have to get the lane in a better position, because still the harassment, it always comes onto the Morphling from the Lina. Just the distance that you can hit him from, distance you can do. Bottom boxy. Loving GH.
Setting up these kills. Tiger, he dove in for this.
They might just get him too.
They're having the tower throw. They're thinking about doing so. They are a little low though. And GH, what's the fairy fire, actually ends up ticking down to the spirits. I mean, you can see it there. They got very excited when they saw Tiger use that dive. They're like, oh my goodness, we can kill him as well. And they couldn't. He was behind the tower. Tiger's able to live and actually pick up a kill for himself.
He finishes up, I believe, does he have his tranquil boots pretty much done now on Tiger? So he's actually going to get his tranquil boots faster than GH is, it looks like. So that'll be pretty nice for him. And GH buys them too. So yeah, 4 positions matching. But as we said, GH can pose a lot more kill threats. Lanes. That was much needed experience though for Tiger. Getting that kill, he actually is all the way up to 4.5 already.
Yeah, that's quite the burst considering he's been out of the lane twice already. It's a very nice bit of XP.
A bit surprising. Top, they're trying to punish mind control, but it's still just scary for Insania. He doesn't see where GH is on the map. If they look to make an aggressive play, they might just get turned on. Especially now that there's Weehaw also available to TP, and Weehaw might want it to start TPing soon because of how annoying this mid lane is.
Yeah, he's going to be able to play aggressive now. He's hit the 6. His familiar's turned on to Weehaw anytime he steps forward. In the jungle, GH and Insania managed to trap him. Has he got enough damage with the battery assault? It's getting close, but the familiars will head across. And now Insania, he's able to turn with the help of Quaker, but no damage. Weehaw actually makes the counter game. He heads up to help out GH, and Insania is taken down by 3 lightning bolts. Can he farm these? Not quite enough damage. Quaker will be able to protect him, make sure he doesn't feed that money to Weehaw, but they have noticed a very juicy stack here. Nigma still hanging around with GH, he's in trouble. Familiar's on top of him. The Familiars, they're going to take him out.
Sticking around a little too long, but this is the way, Nigma, they know they're playing versus Liquid, so they're looking for these stacks. As Miracle tries to get aggro bottom, they can't, and Liquid, they'll secure their stacks. Per usual. Yeah, Nigma, they really tried to press in, because Liquid, this is the way Liquid play almost every single game. These 2 camps are always triple stacked for this team.
Yeah, without a doubt, the team that across the board does the most stacking.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. It was back then.
Miracle and Iron Man, though, the help of the Thunder God's Wrath, they get the kill, and also now looking to set up on Insania. They know where he is. With that vision grounded by the ultimate, they're closing in upon him. Insania's trying to run with the magic immunity, but they've got the burst to come up after us. Nigma now 7-3. They still have to stack him. Liquid Box is very low.
Points is too. They're way too low. They might die.
They can't stop Nigma getting quite a few of these creeps here. So after clearing up the medium cap, the large cap, it was left to sort of Nigma to pick up some of the big creeps at the end of it all.
And it's much easier when I just look at Nigma's draft to make these type of lane rotations and just go and back up their teammates. I look at Liquid, it's very tough until they start getting those 6s online, especially for that Phoenix. These heroes just don't rotate and make these type of ganks. They're very stationary in their lanes for the side of GH. So Nigma, they're taking advantage of that in GH with this very deep ward. He gets a scan out of Liquid. He's still looking for Insania. He still finds him.
Does get the ACD off in time, protects him a little bit.
And the bird is coming.
Maybe they can turn onto GH, especially with Quaker here. Birds are out. GH, he'll get punished for poking out Insanias. We're seeing Quaker not skip out on any opportunity to sort of come back through his jungle and just force GH out of this half of the map.
Yeah, he draws a circle and he's like, yeah, they're going to be playing around here. Probably letting his bottom lane know that they can easily set up kill threats onto Boxy if he does step up too far. Since the reaction from Quaker has always just been playing around top lane.
Mind control.
He buys him.
It's the humiliation.
Straight up with the combo. Now that Luke was online. Gets the kill, up with the money for the arcanes, so he can stay strong in this lane and continue with the spam onto Mickey, trying to slow down Morph's early game. Quadra and Tiger, though, moving over for the bounty room. They get eyes on GH, but GH, he's out in time. Quadra won't be able to get a hold on to him.
Oh, Tiger hitting 6 already. Pretty cute. They've been giving him some experience around like the mid lane and getting to kill bottom, but yeah, all the way to 6 and GH only level 4.5 now, even though he did have those nice rotations a bit going on for him.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, just to say, Tiger's just spent more time in the lane, and as we've seen, GH, he spent a lot of the last few minutes just in Nigma's jungle trying to hunt for pickoffs on Insania, which didn't work out all the times. Mid lane, we are.
Not so fast.
He's able to bring Tiger down low enough to catch him post-dive with the Thunder Gods. As his game continues to look very solid here with this opening. 3-0-3. I mean, against a lane as well where he could have been killed off, and he does indeed. That's a very, very fast bots up Knowles. So he's going to be incredibly active and also just a very reliable follow-up damage source to when Miracle does find Chrono opportunities.
Yeah, he can show up a lot of times to wherever GH is or to where Chronosphere is. GH looking to go for Boxy here, but too tanky. Again, scouting out stacks. He sees these ancient stacks coming out from Liquid. They can't quite catch him. Chronosphere at the ready, and they have the Mortimer Kisses, so a little bit hard for Liquid to fight, even though they have the Phoenix 6. I feel like whenever these two are together in unison, it's just a free kill.
Yeah, I guess one of the pluses for Liquid's lineup around that area in regards to the Ancients stack is that, well, Nigma's heroes, they don't really take Ancients very quickly. So Nigma, they know it's there, but realistically, not really a lot Nigma can do to take it away. Maybe they can use that info to try and find a fight around it when Liquid's going for it, but they're not going to be able to steal that stack from them.
Unless they clear, like, kill absolutely everybody, right?
Sure, yeah, if they had like a huge team fight. As you see, yeah, Tiger's just going to continue to get these stacks going.
Jump in.
More there for the setup.
No, there's the kisses.
Ooh. That's a big payday for RMN. He didn't only get the kill, he got both of the familiars with the damage from the kisses. So that was a bonus 200 gold on top of the kill. That's a lot of money here for RMN.
That is a dream. And I'm seeing a soul ring purchased up from him. I actually just had heard about this. I'm hearing a lot of 5 positions are buying soul rings now in games. I'm curious to see what that's all about here. I guess they just don't want to be going for their like arcane boots or anything like that. You just want any cheap source of mana. I was literally just hearing about it like last night and yesterday about how more 5s are doing this.
Yeah.
Top. Looking to punch Mickey, looking to slow him down a little bit. Still hard though, Mickey. He has the morph available too. He can think about turning if they try to get too aggressive.
Yeah, I mean the soul ring as well is also very nice whenever you do find the shovel, right? Because you care much less about your health management, as you're very likely to have salves to allow you to play aggressive with your HP.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Because this is what I'm saying, like Tranquil Soul Ring, so you don't have to worry about this. You see Liquid playing a little bit more of this farming style here, waiting to have this any type of forms of initiation. They have it. Boxy has the Blink Dagger. Now they can look to be a little bit more active on the map, where right now it's been Nigma kind of dictating the pace of everything. See what Liquid does with this Blink reveal.
Boxy, he's been into position, instantly scouted though by GH with the rocket flare. Lays it straight down into the trees so he can see any sort of TP movements, and he spots out the whole thing, and with that in mind, Liquid's not going to be able to make the jump.
They're going to back up and look for a smoke opportunity though, and I'm looking at everybody carrying raindrops, so they're playing versus Zeus, and all this amount of magic damage from Nigma. That will be valuable, especially on blink initiators. I love raindrops on those blinks. Then you can block the damage and get a blink off sometimes. See, they're forcing the issue here. They have to be a bit careful. Chrono is ready, and we see Armen. He's sitting around mid lane too with the kisses.
Liquid there. I mean, they're trying to find something down here, but nobody's over here.
No, and this Void is just, I mean, Miracle's just doing the miracle things. See what he's been able to do as this Void several times throughout this tournament here. And he's getting away with this full free farm. Like, yeah.
He's getting all the space.
Yep. And they have a very well-rounded draft with it. Like we said, like so many different elements to throw inside that Chrono. It's not just Miracle this time that's going to be doing all that damage in it.
No, this is not a game where you'll imagine we'll see any Chronos where it's like, where's the damage? They've got all the damage. Zeus, Snapfire, and obviously the big ones, but that's enough. So one of these heroes is going to be able to help Miracle finish off whoever he catches in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, definitely a pipe game if I've ever seen one for the side of Liquid. Is Quick, but he's going to be that aura rallier for his teammates. Just wondering when they're ever going to be able to actually kick off any fights. They do have great combos coming into on the side of Liquid. The Blink Call with the egg, a lot of different ways to protect it with that. Lots more synergy coming in with Nigma's full draft.
And they will need to protect that egg, of course.
They will.
Considering that on Nigma's side, you've got two heroes that are pretty darn good at taking down the Supernova, the Lina and the Snapfire with the Fiery Souls or the little Shredder. Yeah, you got to have some pretty perfect positions and protection for the Supernova to get it off successfully.
I'm a bit concerned when I do see Liquid just on the back foot like this. They have a Visage in their draft.
Yeah.
There's usually a hero, like this hero he does scale, especially like you hit 15, this is one of your strongest points as the Visage, but I have to be a little bit worried, just because I've seen this Void so many times, and they have so many different elements of control and stun for the Morphling, for Mickey. Definitely a little concerned if they don't start pressing and at least finding some type of kills on the map to slow down Nigma's just massive amount of farm.
I mean, maybe they can sort of rest on the one thing that we did see the other day. Mickey, he has won pretty unwinnable games as a core.
It is true, bottom. The opportunities.
He's going to get the jump in onto Insania. Insania is going to get left behind to the Kisses. Quakefer continuing to retreat. They won't be able to catch him. So, Kisses down, and it is just the Oracle.
Yeah, at least they don't lose Quakefer. They get the 5 position there for 3 ults. They still have ults available though, so Liquid, I think they're feeling a little bit afraid to actually make a move here into the Chronosphere.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that shows sort of how relaxed Nigma is we haven't seen a Chronosphere yet this game, have we, from Miracle? Yet it hasn't needed to. They haven't felt the pressure to go hunting for it.
Uh-oh. They got their Quakefer.
Oh, that's a big one. And they get as well. Just going to take the freebie here. Miracle, I mean, no qualms with just dropping the Chrono to kill whoever is. I think Nigma knows. I think they feel pretty comfortable in this game right now.
Yeah. Right now, like Liquid, when they respawn, they have to do something. They can't just keep playing this farming passive game. They've got their Spirit Vessel finished on the Phoenix too, and they've got the Blink on the Axe. They have to start making stuff happen. When these ults are on cooldown, they have to find something.
He's in the trees, but couldn't make a blink in time. Miracle's already out. Yeah, they really have. They've done nothing with this Blink Dagger on the Axe yet.
No.
But they've got to make moves with Boxy, otherwise that whole decent Blink Dagger timing it just becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, and this just gives time for all these ults to come back online. Like, they have to force something right now while a couple of them are down. Like, at least just try to force and push the tower here at least for some type of space for Mickey, because the map, it's going to start closing very quickly for him.
And Nigma's just able to split up the map and get so much out of it. And GH is bottom, Iron Man's chilling in the jungle, Mind Control's mid, Miracle's over by the Ancients, and Weehar's pushing top there. This has got to be punished by Liquid. They have to do something with this Axe. Otherwise, Nigma's just going to continue to get that much more out of the map. 18 minutes in, we're seeing 3 to 4K lead. The lead is only going to grow for Nigma unless Liquid makes some plays.
Just eyes on Boxy really to try to set up for it as bottom. Another indication. GH is looking for the play first.
He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to pop the herd, and he has got the save of Insania. Meanwhile, Miracle, he's able to jump in, bash down Tiger, take him out. GH is going to go for the TP, and he's going to make it away. They've got nothing to cancel the TP. Boxy will manage to kill RMN. So it is a kill. But still, they need more than that, Liquid. They've got to try and turn this into something more.
Unless they really do just feel confident that Mickey can just full out carry this game. That's
he did do it the other day.
Done it before, but I think there's just a lot of elements he has to worry about this game. Like Chronosphere, Lina, even Snapfire. Snapfire's been one of those heroes I feel like actually handled the Morphin really well. Bottom. Liquid's getting aggressive.
There's a lot of back of it. Once he tries to get the call onto Weehar, won't quite be able to close the gap. Here, Boxy stepping in, over towards Monstro, gets the call off. GH getting low, gets dumped out by Boxy, but the Laguna Burst comes into play. They've taken out Boxy. Now Mickey, he's got to be careful. He turns into Void Forms, gets the time walk to jump away. Looking onto Miracle. They look at to take down some of these familiars. Quakefer is able to get them out. Miracle's got Chrono in 2
Back up
seconds.
in 2 seconds.
He's got
looking
he's
for
got
him.
Chrono. He's going to be able to drop it. Gets Coit forgets the 2 birds. He's in on the target. And with the bashes of the Mask of Madness, that attack speed, he just takes the kill.
Middle tower is under
I mean,
attack.
couldn't have been back up at a more perfect time there, that Chrono. As soon as it was there, you can sort of you see the way that Coitford was sort of hovering around. I don't think he expected it to be out when it was, and it was there. Miracle drops the Chrono. His clean game continues. He's 5-0-3 on this Void.
Clean game for pretty much all of Nigma, except for GH's few mistakes that he's made, but he's still doing incredibly well. Look how farmed this Clockwork is. Halfway to an Ags. Zeus has now finished Ags. I feel like the onus is really on Liquid to start getting some type of advantages coming into this game. Or Nigma they're just playing the farm game, and the farm game just plays so well for them. 17 kills as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liquid
it's
has
just
to try to make big moves when any of these ults are on cooldown.
A strange sort of situation for Liquid, because it feels like this. It was like this the other day, right?
Yeah.
Where Liquid, they had Boxy and Coitford just falling behind. Their heroes becoming slowly less relevant. Maybe Boxy can find a jump here then. Miracle. Up to the side. Michael's going to spawn in a minute. Boxy's going to make the move to jumping onto mind control, and he'll burst him down. Takes the kill. But Mickey, he just got shot in the face by RMN.
Oh my god.
He just got scatter blasted straight in the face. He's dead. Boxy's going to die. RMN, he's picking up a triple kill. They look for the 8. Tiger does get it off successfully. He's burning down RMN. Will get the kill on the Snapfire. But now Tiger's going to fall as Miracle chases him down.
That's all it
I mean,
takes to kill you.
Mickey was just on the front lines, full agi, and RMN just shot him in the face.
It's not that easy of a Morpho game. That's what we're saying. Like, there's so much different forms of burst damage for Mika if he doesn't play careful, and he did not give respect to that at all. Right into the
See,
Nimbus, I
I
believe.
sort of lost where he was. Yeah, he's performs it, and then boom. Yeah. Scatter blast and Nimbus hit, and he was dead. I mean, you've got to be careful sliding into underneath that Nimbus.
And this is when they're trying to make a move, trying to take advantage of the fact that Chrono was down. Now they just go to 2 heroes, so they take a Roche.
They're getting it unless Quite can get the familiars in top, but he can't. Roshan down, they'll kill off one of the familiars. GHC, he's already looking for action. He's got a hook shot at the ready, and he's in. Slides around the familiar, gets it onto Quadra. Mind control's got the follow control with the light strike array. They should have the damage here, but okay, Xavier's going to get the false promise off in time. Keep him safe. The goon's been thrown out. Miracle jumps in. They're going to have the damage to Paul Quite if this false promise comes to an end. And Miracle, he's got the control on his Insane. It takes out the Oracle. It's 23-8 now. 9k lead for Nigma. Holding that Aegis as well on the Void, as it really is looking to go the same way as the losses that we saw from Liquid yesterday.
Yeah, it's really feeling like not a lot of hope. As I think they needed to get the ball rolling a lot earlier here with this distance, and with this early blink dagger on Boxy, they weren't really able to fight too much. It's been them on the back foot this whole game, and yeah, Nigma Void, Miracle Void, looking good again. 6-0-8, 14 kill involvement. And they've got all the things to back them up too. Solar Crest finished up on Snapfire.
Yeah.
Everything just works. It works all so well around this Void pick with their draft and with their itemization.
Yeah, they did get pretty much a perfect Void lineup.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times we obviously have seen Void coming in the drafts as that first pick, first phase, but then you don't tend as a team to normally get this caliber of heroes alongside him, and Nigma did this time. There's so much to work with that Chrono.
They saw the smoke there.
Dire's middle tower.
Trying to get a big wrap around here, but it's an Aegis on Miracle.
Yeah, and Miracle that has his Chrono
Oh my god, and a full MKB after net. Oh my.
And he's level 18. He's got Chrono ready to go. This is an incredibly hard move for Liquid to make. It's going to be scouted out. They put the Thunder God's Wrath. They know they're on the high ground.
They're trying to catch the Zeus and this Lina and the Snapfire, these squishy heroes in the back lines, but now look at GH. He just parks himself between them. He says, go on me, please. They'll just allow Nigma to get a full free initiation, and yeah, Liquid can't go. They can't punish.
And this, I mean, as I said, we've seen it before from Liquid. It was seemingly the strat that they did last series. It was the, dear Mickey, please can you carry us? Love from Liquid, you know?
Yeah.
And he did, when he played them off yesterday, that was the game that they did grab, you know, for the jaws of defeat. It was when he was on his morph.
Blink's cancelled. Boxy. He'll get away. But Insania Goodbye. Oh my god. No, he did. He pushed
He's out.
Miracle out with the GG branch.
All right, very, very nice.
Alright, I mean...
At least able to keep, you know,
least
coming
he's a
out with these
flashy.
cute plays, flashy stuff when they're down. Miracle trying to step up across Tiger. Tiger is able to dodge. The hook shot, Chrono's going to be dropped down. Quick to switch to the side. Mickey's going to come in and look towards Mind Control. They wouldn't be able to take down Lena. Mind Control goes down. Mickey turning into Snap Fire. Cookies over onto RMN. Miracle's trying to bash down Mickey, but the false promise comes out from Insania. They keep Mickey alive. Miracle turns over towards Quoit for his day. Can he find the last few hits? He can't. Quoit's going to live. Foxy's in with a call. They put the supernova prepared. Is this going to be timed perfectly with a respawn? Oh, not quite. Miracle's able to time walk out to the side. Now back up here. Boxy's low. Miracle going to start charging him. First hit bash. Stops Boxy in his tracks. Now Miracle's over for more. As Insania Quoit from Tiger has to back up to the high ground. He's got the hook shot back up. Closes in. Pushes Insania back in the hands of Miracle.
Burning.
Miracle do manage to get GH, so Liquid finding some kills out of all of that, but still not able to kill Miracle beyond that Aegis.
No, and it's not really Mickey who gets any of these kills or any of these big things to boost him up. He actually has to run away afterwards and doesn't actually get any of that gold or any of that experience from those kills that they did end up getting from the buyback of Taiga. So Miracle, he just gets this massive growth here from the fight, but Mickey does not. And yeah, it needs to all go to Mickey. He needs all the gold in the world to try to carry this game. Did some nice plays there, as you know, pretty expected as for us now as we watch Mickey play Morphling so nicely with his morph, just jumping in between the Snapfire and using all his spells. But it's just like they're just too far behind. And there's such an overwhelming amount of damage really coming out from Nigma with this draft. Just everyone is just pumping in the numbers, really.
One of the familiar boxes. Oh, that's a 3-9 ball. That's a big one. He's in on top of Hook out. Is he going to get dunked? He gets the charge in. Coming on snap out. Mind Control turns from the bow onto Insania, but Insania will never the control gigs. He traps them all. Boxy and Tiger caught on the high ground. The kiss is continuing to rain down onto Quoit for Miracle. He's in. The Familiar's down. A disarm from Insania slows Miracle down temporarily from hitting into Quoit, but the disarm comes to an end, and so does Quoit for's life. Now Nico looks towards Insania, as this time the GG branch won't save him. As they lose for Liquid. I mean, it was a great call from Boxy, but I feel like we kind of needed that call to happen earlier. About 20 minutes ago. Well, maybe not 20, but 50, a long time before now. Now, it's just they're just too far behind, and even a brilliant call like that, it's just not going to cut it.
No, they're just a front at this point, really. Like you see GH, he has the agony, so he just double hook shots to targets afterwards. Weehaw dies, but everybody else goes up in full force. And now Chrono's back at the ready.
Oh yeah, I mean, Nigma might even stick around and just fight again. That cried up. See how aggressive they want to block here. Keeping on this melee rack. Boxy's coming in with a call, but an instant dodge by Miracle. Cookie in. Find the space to keep the hitting the racks here, Miracle. As he really isn't scared of much that Liquid can throw at him right now.
He's got the Satanic coming from the courier. Full Satanic, X and Y, MKB, 28 minutes. This is an absolutely unstoppable Void. Now that Berserker's call, you know, that nice 3.2 second duration, no longer. Versus all using Static List. Yeah, it feels so impossible for Liquid. They're gonna have to have some dream call from Boxy under a supernova to try to take this in any way at this deficit.
Yeah, it's just been another rough game for them.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was a rough day for Liquid. The performances did feel rather lackluster, and in this game one, it's not looking like much has changed overnight.
It really was weird. They were boxing out the blink for like 5 minutes. It felt like they were playing very passive on the map, and it was Nigma just running at them and just forcing these mistakes. Got the ball rolling for them, and now, yeah, like we said, with this humongous advantage, they're just gonna.
He's not died yet this game, so no reason to believe that he would.
Yep.
So the back of this
medallion, buff him up, 34 armor.
12-0-10. I think, you know, the Void, for a lot of teams, it has, you know, been a carry that you don't let them have. I think, you know, Nigma had to probably the team that's worried about that Void, and Boxy's going to try and jump this. But, I mean, even if there isn't any backup, Boxy's dead. Tiger will get the dive out, but the Chronos there catching the two of them on the high ground. They're going to be able to walk over, take down Tiger, take down Insania. Nikkei will manage to at least turn it into VR and use the power of Zeus against him. Okay, heading over to join the rest of the team. Miracle and GH trying to push Nikkei off to the side. Looking forward, they've got the stun. Boxy who's brought back for this. Miracle chasing him down. Boxy will get the call off, but the damage from this Void is just too much. He dies to the right clicks of mind control. Quite from Nikkei, the last two left standing as Miracle. He's just chasing them down, diving them back up to the high ground.
He's a monster. The time dilation now. Uh-oh.
Mickey, he's got no way out of this. There's another one for Miracle. He's just counting up the KDA right now. 15-0-12, 15-0-13. If they got a hook shot and a jump forward, they'll get even more. As this game, I mean, this is over. This is absolutely over. 37-14, 23k lead.
Items. He's bullying. GH is paying it. GH, don't do that. Come on, man. Let's do this. These are our friends. That's GG.
There we go. I mean, wow. Nigma. They made this one look pretty easy. You know, the way that they played, I guess it just didn't leave any opportunities for Liquid to ever make the moves that they hoped for with this, you know, this axe, right? Boxy, he gets the blink. Nothing really happened.